Come one, come all. You are now listening to the Aux Podcast. Every week, Monday night, hosted by Steelo and Max. Roll yourself up some potent, pour yourself a drink, get yourself comfortable. We finna chill.
Welcome to another episode of the Aux Podcast, hosted by yours truly, Steelo, aka OG Homunculus, and joined by my good friend Max, aka Sir Maximilian, aka Maxing Out on Money. How you doing, brother?
Not maxing out on money after yesterday. We'll say that. But soon we'll be back.
For sure.
Soon we'll be back.
Sure.
I'm doing good.
Good man. Good
nice
man.
calm Sunday.
Nice and chill. Real tranquil shit going on.
It's been like raining all day.
Really?
So I haven't really done anything. Yeah, I had to go grocery shopping this morning and everything. And every time I'd get out of my car to go into a store, it would start pouring rain.
Oh, that's not
And
fun.
I was like, okay. And then I'd get back in and it would stop. So,
Yeah,
fuck me, right?
If it makes you feel any worse about yourself, it's been fucking beautiful all weekend where I'm at. So
That's just great to hear.
yeah, got you.
Love to hear that.
Got you, brother. So yeah, let's open it up, man. What have you been listening to this week? I know a lot of the answers.
This is like the most I've listened to a song in a week in like a really long time, and the song's been out like 3 days.
Right on. I'm curious as to which one.
My number one song this week is Enchilada.
Yes.
Alfredo
yes,
2,
yes.
Alchemist, Freddie Gibbs, Anderson .Paak.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good, dude.
Everything. I think that might be a perfect song. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. I know we're gonna get into it a little bit later, but is that your favorite off the album?
It definitely was off first listen.
Okay. Right on.
I'm picking out ones that I also like just about as much.
Good man. Good man. What's
that's definitely number one.
Yeah. Number two.
Number two, I have Gray October, Boldy James, Alchemist and Evidence.
Yes.
From The Price of Tea in China.
Oh, that's I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting it all to be Alfredo.
No, there's gonna be one more Alfredo in here, but I listened to like 2 songs a lot.
Yeah.
In the time since it came out.
Gray October.
That's probably my favorite beat on The Price of Tea in China.
Same, by far. And man, Evidence, man. Fuck, that's a track.
New album coming soon. Shout out to Evidence.
So
Love
real.
Evidence.
So real. Underrated, man.
Number 3, I got Skinny Suge 2, Alfredo 2.
Yep.
That one, I would say those 2 first listen. Skinny Suge 1 off the name alone. Or Skinny Suge 1 was so good that Skinny Suge 2 off the name alone, I was like, okay, this is gonna be crazy.
It's gonna be heat.
100%. I really love that song. The knocks that Alchemist put on the drums on that song, you can feel like in your chest.
Yeah, 100%.
I don't know really how else to explain it.
100%. Yeah. Shit kicks the door.
So we're bumping that. Number 4, we talked about it a little bit last week. Jammers Anonymous, Mavi and Nyante.
Yes, dude.
I really, really like that song.
It's heat.
Very different bag for Mavi versus
yeah.
what he's been on the other 2 singles.
100%.
But I think those 2 dynamic duo this year, low key.
Yeah, 100%. I was saying as well, like Mavi, especially on these last 3 singles, has been a bit of a chameleon, for lack of a better term, where he matches the energy of the feature artist like so fucking well. And honest to God, Earl and Smino kind of are in that similar realm to begin with. But hearing him on that like Nyante kind of just like mumble man kind of flow, for lack of a better term, like crazy.
I guess I didn't really realize that, because I mean, like, Mavi is an Earl disciple in a lot of ways, like that as
100%.
a lot of the artists in that like circle tend to be. Obviously, they have their own very unique quirks and everything, but
Yeah.
like I guess because even between because Shadowbox, I think was really similar to how he sounded on the song with Smino
Yes.
as well.
Yes. 100%.
Like that sound, the more like vocal inflections and more melodic, like
Yes.
almost singing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
I love that shit personally.
If this like little EP deluxe, Shadowbox deluxe, whatever comes out of this this like string of singles is just him like hopping on tracks with 8 different people and just adapting to what they do best, I think that would be like an insane feat as far as artistry goes. Like
100%. I would very much so like that, dude, because the sound of these singles, like especially Potluck for me, like has been itching the itch in my brain that I need, you know?
yeah,
it's
definitely.
Good shit. It's good shit. And track number 5 we're on now.
Track number 5, I got not my non hip hop song of the week that I've been listening to a lot. I have "Lose My Cool" by Kali Uchis.
Ooh, okay.
From the new album.
Yeah.
That it's insanely good. If you get a chance to sit down and listen to it, definitely tap in.
I love that album. That album was incredible.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. But yeah, I've been listening to it a lot. Not as much front to back. Because I was a fan. What's the right album from last year?
That was Orchard.
Or 2 years ago. 2 years ago. Red Moon and Venus. That one I listened to.
That's a good album.
And I really like that. And I was late to the one this year, but I've picked out a few songs that I've been coming back to a lot.
She's good, man. She's fucking good, man. I think it was.
Yeah, I think my.
Sorry, go ahead.
My introduction to her was through Tyler, I think, on Flower Boy.
Yeah.
See You Again.
Yes, yeah. Oh fuck, word. They have that one song off of Cherry Bomb. Fucking I don't know the name of the song. It's like, girl, I know.
Oh, Perfect.
That's
She was on Perfect.
Yeah, that was my
that's
to her, fire.
Cherry Bomb is one of those albums where like at the time that I listened to it the first time, I didn't really know much about any of the artists on the album except for Tyler, because I was still pretty young. Like Cherry Bomb was one of the first albums I think I remember listening to front to back and like being able to understand it.
I think we were like 16 when it came out.
Well, you're a little older than me, so I was even younger.
Fuck. Oh yeah, I'm unk, bro. I forgot. Damn.
Like the closest I knew was like I knew who Kanye was, then I knew who Lil Wayne was on Smuckers, but
yeah.
I didn't know.
That's it, really. Fuck. Man.
Yeah.
As for my top 5, there's a lot of repeat ones from last week, I think. For a little bit of context, I was up camping this weekend with a bunch of people who aren't really in the hip hop scene. So I was trying to put them on the gospel of everything that I've been listening to. Went pretty well, actually. I converted a few Luke Bryan fans to listen to the new Silk Money, which I think is fucking hilarious. So for me, the number 1 track is There Are Hills and Mountains Between Us, Always Something to Get Over, off of that new Silk Money record. There's something about the sample in this instrumental. I think this is my favorite produced off the record. Like, it's infectious, man. Infectious. I've been spinning that the most. I think that's at like 26 plays. Number 2, I want to give a quick shout out to my man Big Z from the Secret Scriptures Collective. I just listened to his debut, We've All Been There, like top to bottom for the first time. Hold on, We've All Been There. The closer on this record is called 4516, which, dude, when I talk about a groove, like, I talk about a groove, man. I think last week, Banana Kush by No God was in my top 5. Big Z and No God do this thing, they call it, like, house music raps. The instrumental on this shit is, like, the most groovy fucking, like, shake your hips and ass and just fucking vibe. And honest to God, I think I like this more than Banana Kush at this point. Crazy song. Genuinely cannot recommend it enough. Super good vibe to it. Track number 3 is a cut off of an album that I think we were talking about, not on the air, but Call the Bro, parentheses, Tapped In by Pink Sifu. That one was getting a lot of play this weekend too, just because I think Pink Sifu is one of those artists that, like, honest, for people who don't listen to hip-hop and just like music, I think that's a good way to get into it as well. So I was playing that shit on Aux. We were all fucking slamming White Claws and smoking a lot of weed. It was a vibe. It was a vibe, bro. That shit was dope. And then track number 4 for my most spun is also off the Silk Money record. It is We Snuck the Hammer Into the Tunnel and Didn't Even Need To. I think that was on my top 5 last week as well. Crazy track. Crazy track. The more I sit with it, the more I think that this Silk Money album is going to be in my top 5 this year. Because, dude, like, what a fuck. Like, it's so good. And then finally, track number 5, We Outside, Rejoice, McKinley Dixon. Slowly becoming my favorite off of Magic Alive. There's something about the way that, like, it starts off with just the instrumental, and then he comes in, and through an obvious choice, the child born under sun, lift him up, we gon' hoist. When you land at the sky, hide the crack in your voice, because we outside, rejoice, rejoice. I think that is a very important song, too, just because, like, you know, with the shit McKinley talks about, especially on Magic Alive, like, this life really isn't guaranteed, and the fact that we can wake up and be outside is worth rejoicing over. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Crazy song. Love that shit. Spin that McKinley Dixon if you haven't. He's the fucking GOAT. I'm seeing him live in like a month. I cannot fucking wait for that. And yeah, dude, I'm pumped. And to quote a very wise man that I know, I like music because it sounds good. And this is an example of me liking music because it sounds fucking good. Yeah. So that's my top 5 for the week. Oops.
I haven't listened to the McKinley album a ton. Like, I've given it a good handful of spins, more so when it came out like a month or 2 ago.
Yeah.
But anytime I have a friend who ever wants a music rec, or like, I know, like, I can send something and have them listen to it.
Yeah.
If I know that they're not super big into hip hop, I'll send them stuff from that album.
Oh, 100%.
And they'll just like it because it sounds good, and that's really all they care about. Like,
yeah. Like,
as a consumer who doesn't like love hip hop, like, for the people that, like, it's not their favorite genre, but they don't dislike it for any reason.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like his music in a lot of ways is very digestible for people who either like struggle to keep up with like fast wordplay, or aren't the biggest fans of a lot of subject matter maybe that some rappers talk about.
100%.
I feel like he's a very safe pick to like show somebody who doesn't like hip hop, to make them understand why hip hop is worth liking.
Yeah, absolutely. And especially on an album like that or Beloved Paradise Jazz, where you have a lot of that like live instrumentation, I don't think it's possible for someone to listen to it and have a bad time, you know? Like, production-wise, it's incredible. His vocal deliveries, his performances, like, he gets into some melodic like, I think it's impossible to dislike McKinley Dixon, if I'm being honest with you. Same shit with me, like, that's the shit that I play on Aux when, like, I'm not too sure about how people are going to react to some of my more out there choices. Like, I'm not going to sit down and play fucking Waterproof Mascara on the Aux, you know what I mean? But, like, man, that McKinley, you can put on fucking any song and it's going to be a good time. Yeah. That digestible is a really good way to put it. Digestible is a really, really good way to put it. So now, getting into the releases of this week, I'm going to be real, there's not too much that we're going to talk to compared to the last 2 weeks, because those have been fucking monumental. First album that I think we're going to get into, we touched on it, like, coming out last week, is Don't Tap the Glass by Tyler, the Creator. Bit of a surprise record that came out. Nobody was really expecting it. He kind of announced it and said, like, hey, this is coming out in 3 days. Collection of Lucy's, if I'm not mistaken, just kind of a bunch of music that he wanted to get out for the culture. I've listened to it twice, top to bottom. It's already doing fucking numbers, but that's to be expected from a Tyler, the Creator release. I like it quite a bit. I don't think there's going to be much that I'm going back to off of it, to be honest with you. But top to bottom, gave it 2 spins. I thought it was fucking solid. I don't think it's as good as Chromacopia or Igor or any of his output within the last 5-6 years, but that's to be expected because it's not really a full album. It's more so just like a mixtape kind of vibe. With that said, that shit's fire, man. Sugar on My Tongue had me fucking like vibing, bro.
Have you heard the like fake AI version of the the don't tap the glass thing?
Don't tap the glass. Bro. Oh my god. I don't know what it is.
That shit's kind of stuck in my head.
Bro, I do like literally. I was going to bed last night and I just found myself humming along. Just don't tap the glass. Don't tap. Yeah. It reminds me. I don't know if you've seen these, but on YouTube, I get these ads for like Jack Boy's merch and vinyl, but they're playing this like royalty-free ass fucking music to it that like doesn't fit it at all, and it sounds exactly like the fucking AI. Hilarious. It gets me every time, dude. And every time I see that fucking video on my timeline, man, like I have to laugh. But yeah, no, solid Tyler project, nothing too crazy. I think it's good.
I enjoyed it. I think, and it is a collection of Lucy's, but I'm pretty sure he said that this was entirely made while on the road.
Whoa, really?
For the Chromacopia tour, yeah.
Holy shit.
So this is all been made in the last, like, when did he start the tour?
Fuck.
Like March?
Yeah, I want to say
February?
Yeah, like pretty early on in the year, all things considered. Damn.
Like pretty much over the last 5 months, he has just been making this.
Yeah. That kind of changed the context for me. I'm not going to lie. That makes me, I think, appreciate it a little more. Because especially if you're on tour, like, where the fuck are you recording this and still making it sound as crispy as it is? Who knows?
Especially with how in-depth a lot of the production is, because I think that's my favorite thing about this album. Is like I think my favorite track is probably I'll Take Care of You, and that's almost purely production.
Yeah.
And I was just like, how did you make this on fucking flight to flight on a tour bus or however he's traveling? Like, how did you make this without like crazy studio equipment and shit?
And also shout out to the Yebba feature on that shit. Shout out Yebba to begin with. My fucking goat, personally.
For real?
It's crazy.
For real?
Yeah, the fact that he's doing that that's impressive, man. That's really impressive. But with that said, I'm not surprised that a Tyler, the Creator album is quality. You know what I mean? I'm not surprised about that.
True.
I knew it was going to be good to begin with. I'm pretty sure all of the vinyl, like the test pressings that he made, have already sold out. So, like, that boy found an infinite money glitch.
I think they're already, like, I'm pretty sure unless, like, some shit happened with shipping, they're, like, delivered already. I got mine on Thursday.
I was going to say, yeah, I know you got yours.
He sold those out super fast. And yeah, I think we talked about it a little bit last week, but it's just a testament to like his output as an artist to where people can buy something they've never heard before and have confidence that they'll like it.
100%. It's really hard for me to buy albums that I haven't heard. Like, I've only pre-ordered 3 albums in my life, I want to say. One of them was the Prem Rock, the other one was the McKinley Dixon, and the other was, I think that's it, actually.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, fuck, man. I'm happy that everyone's, pleased with it. I think it's a good time. It's a good record. We love it. We love it. And now to get into the meat and potatoes of this week, something that I know you have been very excited about. The album that came out on Friday, Freddie Gibbs and The Alchemist, Alfredo 2. Wow. All I'm going to say first and foremost, just wow. I think, so I was a day late to listening to it just because like I was out in the fucking boonies doing whitewater rafting, which was dope. Don't get it twisted.
Type shit.
I was listening to it just on the car ride home, both in my headphones, and then I told my brother, put that shit on the aux, like, right fucking now. Dude. Dude. I think, we were talking a little bit before we started recording, might be better than Alfredo 1, honest to God, honest to goodness, because Like, what a fucking album, dude. In terms of highlights for me, literally I could go to every song and be very pleased. I might have some hot takes, but my favorites right now is Lemon Pepper Steppers. The run from Lemon Pepper Steppers to Shangri-La. Honestly, gas station sushi is fire too.
I was about to say, like, it's lucky the whole album. That's the thing.
It's nuts, dude. But definitely the standouts for me were Lemon Pepper Steppers, Ensalada Empanadas, Feeling with the Larry June cut. I still love her. Shout out to... They're in their Japan bag, so I think this is like a Teriyaki Boys reference to a degree. Shangri-La, I think, is my favorite beat on the album. Dude, like, it's fucking incredible. It's incredible. It's yeah. And once again, it's one of those things. Of course it's going to be good. It's fucking Alchemist and Freddie Gibbs, you know? Freddie Gibbs. Yeah, Freddie Gibbs. Sorry. That has been my vocal stim for the last fucking week, bro. I'll just be walking around the crib just cocaine.
Took my shirt off because I'm Freddie Gibbs.
Freddie the Gibbs. I know this was probably your most anticipated record this year, at least after it got announced. It wasn't really that long of a wait. What are your thoughts, brother? Because I know this is speaking to your soul.
We talked about last week how the Clips album had really, really high expectations.
Oh, yeah.
And still met it somehow.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's pretty similarly how I feel about this, but it was more of like a personal expectation of like, this is just gonna be good. Like there's no way it's not gonna be good.
Yeah, there's no way
with
it's bad.
The track records that both these artists have had since their last album, there's no way it's not gonna be good.
Oh yeah.
And so even like first listen, I had a lot of like weight riding on like, if this is bad, I don't know what I'm gonna do with my life.
Oh, 100%, bro. Like, fuck, man.
And I just had to keep reminding myself that it was like, this can't be bad. This is not gonna be. And then I hit play. A lot of times when I listen to albums for the first time and there's a lead single, I'll skip the single.
Same.
But it was at the, like, 1995 was at the very beginning, so I let it play. And like, it just set the tone for the entire experience, like the same way that the guitar in 1985 did on Alfredo 1.
Yeah.
Like this very like grandiose opening where you're reintroduced to like, okay, the Alchemist can still produce shit like this.
Yeah.
And Freddie still has arguably the best flow in the game. Like, you're just instantly reminded with that. I think 100%, yeah.
Really?
And I think they complement this very well because the drum selection on this album is very diverse from across front to bottom. And especially with the artists that are on here, Anderson .Paak, he didn't rap on this. I kind of wished he did. But even then, like, it's a certain tone that they both had to kind of link together the ensalada, the it's a lotta, like that wordplay there. And then the Larry June feature, super laid back. He did the Larry June thing on the Larry June song. What more can you say?
Yeah.
And then going toe to toe with Jid on the trap drums on Gold Feet was
crazy.
I think it's really hard to explain why a producer and rapper like combination works as well as it does. But I feel like this is a perfect example because Alchemist knows what samples to use to create this like aesthetic that they're going for on the project. And he knows how to pair it with drums that can get Freddie into the flows that he's best at.
Yeah. That's the thing, man. His like best flows in the game, I wouldn't say is a hot take, but it's definitely a take for sure. With that said, that boy, he gets into pockets, man. Like, I think there's a scheme on Shangri-La that, like, had me stank-faced for, like, a solid 5 minutes. So much so that my passenger or my car mates, I guess you could say, were concerned about me. Like, dude, like, it was, oh, yeah, no, 100%. And, like, I think we all know Alchemist is, like, one of the greatest to ever do it. And I think this album kind of cemented that these two, Gibbs and Alchemist, on an album together, might be one of the best combos, like, producer-rapper combos fucking ever, I think, personally. Like,
I would agree, yeah.
Yeah, they're up there. They're up there for sure. Like, probably in my top 5 because, like, I went back and listened to Alfredo 1 as well just to, like, kind of remind myself. And both of those are, like, damn near 10 out of 10s for me. Like, it's crazy, dude. It's crazy. And, yeah, this record's for sure, like, did not disappoint me at all. Even though, like you're saying, the expectations were really high that this was going to be a very, like, well-received album, it still managed to blow me out the water at how much I enjoyed it. And also the idea of making the lead single the opener, I think is genius because it really doesn't take away from the album at all. I don't really like when the single is like track fucking 15 because I'm like, all right, now I know what I'm getting into. But making the single the opener, I think is fucking brilliant. Brilliant shit. Yeah, I loved it, man. I loved it. First listen. I know this is going to be one that I'm going to be sticking with a lot throughout this year. Just because I'm really partial to Freddie Gibbs. I love Freddie Gibbs. He's not really my main... Like, when I listen to hip-hop, people wouldn't really think that I fuck with Freddie Gibbs as much as I do, just compared to, like, the other shit that really resonates with me. But, like, man, there's something about it, bro. Because I just took my shirt off because of Freddie Gibbs. Like, that's that shit. That's that shit, man. And, yeah, dude, the Anderson .Paak feature, fantastic. I am also a Larry June stan, personally. I fucking love Larry June. We love Larry June in this household, and he bodied his verse. He did the Larry June thing. Love it. Big fan. And you know I have some thoughts on Jade as an MC, but, man, Cold Feet is also a highlight of the album. I think that's going to be one that gets a lot of plays, all things considered, like, independently of the album. I feel like that's going to be one that a lot of people go back to. The whole album, though, man, like, wow. I didn't watch the short film, though. I didn't get a chance to.
So the funny thing is, a lot of the outro samples that were used on this album were from their short film.
Whoa,
like this, like Yakuza inspired, like Tokyo crime short film that they made.
Freddie Gibbs
like
with a katana type shit.
Yeah, and I think that was one of my favorite like parts about like the creative direction of the album and how it came about, because Alfredo 1 was super like a lot of the vocal samples that were used as intros and outros, and even some of the tracks were from like old Italian mobster movies and stuff like that. And that like totally like fleshed out the like identity of the album.
The atmosphere of it, right?
Right. And then they did the same thing, but they made their own vocal samples. And I think that was like
sick.
Like they created this like environment from scratch. Ultimately,
I forget the song that it's on, but Gibbs says some shit like, "You're hating behind computers. I'm learning Japanese in Shibuya," and I'm like, "Oh, like yo, like." The fact that they're in their fucking weeaboo arc, like, I'm into it, bro. I love that shit. Oh yeah, wow! I didn't know that. That's fucking sick, man. So I think I'm gonna definitely go back and sit with the short film too. I personally love when an album has some visuals to go alongside it, just because I think it adds to the atmosphere. I think it's hard to do well with something that I'm gonna bring up later on in this show. But yeah.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
You gonna hate today?
I'm not gonna hate. But I definitely want to make my opinion known. Anything else you want to say on this album before we get into that, actually?
I think between last week and this week we've said a lot, but just like it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard for this to get topped for me this year.
Agreed.
Agreed.
I think if you haven't listened to this, go and listen to it. Come on, man. Like, even if I have a lot of people, I'm very blessed that I have a lot of friends of mine who are tapping into this show who don't really listen to hip hop. They're just kind of doing it for support. For everyone like that, all of my homies, go and listen to this album, please, because like, dude, it is fucking phenomenal. I don't want to call out people individually, but there's one person who I'm thinking of who I'm not going to dox the guy, but his name rhymes with Bosch. Go and listen to this shit, brother. Like, you're going to fucking love it. I know you will. Yeah. Yeah. I think it would be really funny because I know he just spins this shit like in the background while he's doing other shit, and then I'm like, anyways. So, as for an album with visuals that I tweeted, I was listening to this last night, right? I tweeted, I don't
Tweeted on Maine too. That's how you know you meant this shit.
That's how I know I meant it. Yeah, I don't understand the Quadeca hype. I don't. I'm sorry. I've listened to his last 3 albums. Didn't mean to haunt you in Scrapyard. I thought they're all right. They're decent, you know. Not really my thing. I had a lot of people this weekend, like a lot of close friends whose opinions I value very highly, tell me, yo, this is album of the year. Yo, the visuals that go along with it. It's crazy. You need to tap in. Bruh, I was looking at the fucking, I think I can pull them up. I was looking at the fucking visuals. It's just this motherfucker in albeit a drippy ass baggy coat, just like on the fucking coastline, jumping around and shit, doing like nautical shit on a boat. And I'm like, yo, like that's cool and all, but like, bruh, like what? To me, it didn't add anything to the album. And in my opinion, the album was kind of severely lackluster as well, personally. Like, everything that he's doing, I believe you said it. It's a bit of a nothing burger, man. Like, there wasn't anything on this record that, in my opinion, I couldn't get from anywhere else. Like, this whole album, what I got from it, I could get off of the closer off that Brian Ennals Infinity Knives record. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And, like, the visuals, I think, he's doing his thing. He's trying to build a world and all. But it's just him fucking chilling in, like, nautical situations, not really doing much. And I'm like, dude, like, if this is your thing, I'm very happy for you. I'm really happy that there's music and visuals that resonate with you. But me personally, it didn't really do it for me, man. Didn't really do it. And, like, even musically, bro, like, there's, like, a few ambient joints on here. Like, I think it was I Dream About Sinking, which someone told me was, like, something that I really got to pay attention to, like, blah, blah, blah. Ain't shit going on it that, like, I can't hear anywhere else done better, in my opinion. And not to start too much discourse, I have an issue with, this is going to sound crazy, I have an issue with white artists who start out in a hip-hop aesthetic and start out making hip-hop biting off of, like, black culture, for lack of a better term, gain a fan base, and then pivot into making, like, indie shit. Like, I will never forgive Post Malone. I will never forgive MGK. There's a few other artists that I can't really think of off the top of my head. Like, I think that's just kind of whack and kind of, I don't know, like, now it's like, oh, I made hip-hop, now I'm making this high art shit that's, like, better than hip-hop, and it just feels kind of pretentious and kind of weird to me. And I think this is one of those examples, too. And, like, I'm sure Quadeca is a good dude. He's funny in the Hive Mind videos. I have friends that went to go see him live. He's a great dude. Nothing against him. But the fact that motherfuckers is calling this album of the year off first listen, I'm like, you gotta slow your roll a little bit. Like, slow your roll. Because, I don't know, man. I think there's a lot of other shit out there nowadays, even shit that has dropped this year, that does what this album needs to do, but better. The Danny Brown feature, it's like, I love Danny Brown. We all know this. It's one of the worst Danny Brown verses I've ever heard. You know what I mean? And, like, I can't follow the narrative on it. There's no lyrics that resonate with me. The production feels really weird and out of place. Crucify me, but listen, man, like, y'all niggas is talking crazy if you saying this is album of the year. That's all I'm saying, bro. That's all I'm saying. Especially when Alfredo 2 dropped, like, the same fucking night. Like, let's be honest with ourselves, guys.
I'm going to preface this with the fact that I did not listen to this album, and I don't think I ever will, because of a very similar sentiment that you shared. But I really don't support artists who use hip-hop and experimental hip-hop as a stepping stone to, whether it's intentional or not, become more popular.
Yes.
Because hip-hop in and of itself is one of the genres that allows its experimental scenes to thrive because of a very engaged community and people who are willing to give just about anything a shot, even if they know they may not like it. Like, there's a lot of people in the world that like other genres of music who are too closed off to do that. And hip hop is a place where you can share whatever ideas you have for whatever purpose you have. For that reason, I feel like when an artist starts out making YouTube videos or content or doing stuff like that, and then they pivot to hip hop as a creative medium, and the substance isn't there, it's hard for me to wonder what their intentions are.
Yes.
Because as someone who, the biggest reason I listen to music is because of the emotional connection I can get to either specifically what the artist is saying, if it relates to an experience that I've had or I know somebody who's had, or if the emotion that they're putting into their music is strong enough to where maybe I haven't experienced it or know anything about it, but it's their way of coping, and like it's their vice to do that. And, you know, like you said, obviously didn't listen to it, don't know Quadeka as a person.
He's funny in the Hive Mind videos.
I mean, I haven't even watched those. I was a big Hive Man fan, and I didn't watch any of those videos, but I don't know. It's just I think
it doesn't hit, bro. It doesn't hit. I think when your intention, like, I don't know the intention of the art. I don't know what he's trying to talk about, but to me, it feels like a bit of a grift, especially coming from the content creator who, like, made hip-hop related content. And yeah, like, obviously, if you listen to rap music, if you're engaged in the culture, you can navigate within that, especially making your own art. But it's like you said with experimental, too. I feel a lot of people, we were talking about this a bit last night, a lot of people throw the experimental label onto whatever the fuck they're making, and it can be some bullshit. Like, I say this as someone who really enjoys experimental music, especially within the hip-hop scene, especially within, like, real unorthodox shit. There was nothing I got from the production of this album or the weird spaced-out vocals, which usually is an aesthetic that I really like. There's nothing that I got from it that had emotional significance. Like, I think back to one of the most experimental projects I listened to this year, the Millennium Project from, like, last month. That shit, yes, is experimental. It's really unorthodox, but you can understand what they're trying to do with their art. You can understand the message that they're trying to put. With this, what the fuck is he talking about? You know, like, what is bro waffling about? I don't get anything from the sound or get anything from the direction he's going that has any emotional significance, whatever. And maybe I need to sit with it more, but there was nothing on this album that made me want to sit with it. So I think experimental music is a bit of a slippery slope because, like, we let a lot of people get away with some bullshit, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It doesn't. I think a conversation needs to be had, bro. This is your GOAT? I'm hating. I'm hating a little too much.
I was about to say, it all does come back to, like, listen to what you like, don't listen to what you don't like.
Yeah.
But
100%.
at the same time, I think we need to be observing art with a more, like,
critical lens, I'd say.
Exactly. Like, we need to be looking at what is this artist making and why are they making it? Because if you don't find yourself asking those questions, I think you can end up supporting things that you might not support otherwise.
Yeah, without a doubt. And
I feel that way about a lot of artists.
Same.
It's nothing against the people who listen to their music. It's nothing against them, because obviously no fan will ever understand the intentions of their favorite artist, no matter how abundantly clear they make it. So we can't pretend like we know artists that well. And so I implore people to understand the people that make the music that they listen to, or at least do your best to, and make sure that you agree with how they do things.
Agreed fully. And as for the people, I don't know if they're listening or not, as for the people who recommended me this album, who really got something out of it, please, like, talk to me about it. And I want to hear your takes on it. I want to hear what you got out of this album. Because who knows, maybe 5-6 months down the line, I'll go back to this with a new context. And then next thing I know, I'm like, damn, you know what? This is album of the year. You know? I mean, fuck, I doubt it. There's been a lot of shit this year that I already know is going to be. But, like, tell me what you got out of this album. I want to hear people's takes. I want to hear what made this album so special to them. Because that's what I love about music and music discourse as a whole, is like it's such a subjective medium that there's gonna be some shit that I don't understand off rip that resonates for a lot of other people. Like, I remember very distinctly, I was playing Red Dust off of Hiding Places, the closer, for I was just in the car with like my brother or some shit, and I was like, oh, this is like one of the craziest songs ever. And I played it for him, and he was like, what the fuck did I just listen to? Like, I got nothing out of that. He likes a lot of the other Woods songs, too. It's not really, like... It's one of those things where, like, that song has a very important meaning to me, because, like... Not that I relate to it, but I completely understand where he's come... I do relate to it, actually. I'm not going to kill anyone. Don't get it twisted. But, like, there's a lot of shit that gets talked about on that song that I'm like, oh, this resonates with me, personally. Doesn't resonate with my brother, because respectfully, my brother listens to Money Man and Larry June religiously. You're like, and no shade against Money Man and Larry June.
Not the Money Man.
Yo, like, bro, no shade against Money Man too, because Money Man is heat. If you want to go out and get some money, you listen to Money Man. Like, that's what's up, man. You know, I can't fault him for that. But it's one of those things where, like, there's a lot of subjective music that just doesn't resonate with other people, you know? And, like,
sorry, Money Man mention just reminded me of this album cover.
Oh boy.
I need you to pull it up too, because this might be the greatest album cover of all time.
Yeah, hold on. Yep. Banger, actually. Hold on, let me... Banging album cover.
Like, it's impressive.
Oh, yeah. But, yo, like... I hate to admit it.
Anyway.
Hard as hell.
100%. This shit is crazy. How do you think of this?
I'm saying, it's like, I think it's the Young Boy project, Baby Goat, where it's like him with goat, like, you know what I mean? Crazy shit. Oh,
we can't get into the worst album covers of all time.
Not this week.
Rabbit hole. No, maybe that's a topic for another week.
Oh yeah.
But
I think of Trap Story 2 by Gucci Mane. That's up there for me. I love that album cover.
Anyway. Yeah. I got some good ones. Anyway, to wrap up that conversation.
Yeah.
I think the most important thing is the critical lens is half of it. I think the other half is understanding nuance.
Yeah.
Two things that the music community never ceases to amaze me on. The lack thereof, those two things. But I think a perfect example of that for me this year is the Billy Woods album.
Yeah.
I do not relate to much of the subject matter on that album.
Of course.
Hence, I haven't gone back to it that much. But at the same time, I can still recognize that it's probably the best written project this year. And at the same time, I still can sit here and say Billy Woods and Arm & Hammer as a whole have made some very, very impactful songs that do relate to me. That I can relate to because the subject matter is something that I can relate to.
Yeah.
And like, half of it, yes, is being able to understand and be critical of why an artist is making what they are. But even if they're making something, as long as there is something there, that then becomes the part of, like, I don't have to like this. Like, I don't have to be listening to this constantly. I don't have to make this my whole identity.
Yeah, that's a big thing.
Form your own opinions on things.
Agreed.
Is a big thing, too.
I think I see a lot of, especially young people, kind of fall into the trap where when you're engaging with music discourse, especially on, like, you know, Rate Your Music, Album of the Year, that kind of shit, you see something that gets a lot of praise and then you instantly go into it with that in mind, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, this is like a great album, blah blah blah, but you're not really gaining anything from it. Like, I'm not gonna name names. I have a young friend who started out in hip hop very recently, and I told them to listen to Haram because I think that's a fantastic starting place for at least the shit that I like. And like first listen, he was like, nah, like not really my thing. I don't know, like the production was weird, this, that, the other. And then he has like an album of the year, and he has a Rate Your Music, and those Haram is like a critically acclaimed album. I think it gets a lot of really good reviews. And then he went back to it after that, and he was like, oh, yo, like, blah, blah, blah. And just started regurgitating points that he's seen in discourse. And I'm like, there's nothing wrong with that, but you have to make your own opinion. Like, if it clicks with you after, like, a set period of time, fucking sick. But don't let it click for you based on other people's opinions of it. You need to go into music thinking about yourself and not, like, the perception of how others... Like, I'm not going to like an album because other people like it. And I think the Quadeca is a perfect example of that. I have a lot of people who I know whose opinions I trust and agree with for the most part that told me this record was good. I still went into it and was like, this shit mid as fuck. You know what I mean? And, like, I think nuance, like, people not understanding the nuance is a very important thing. You can't say that an album is phenomenal because it talks about X, Y, Z. Like... I love the Billy Woods records. What the fuck do I know about the decolonization of Rhodesia? You know what I mean? Like, with that said, going into it, and if it's something that interests me, I've done a lot of readings about it, and now all of a sudden I'm like, oh, there's a whole new content. Like the perfect line, or perfect example, the opening line of Aethiopes, which is one of my favorite Woods records, is, I think Mengistu Haile Miriam is my neighbor. I heard that for the first time. I said, who the fuck is Mengistu Haile Miriam? And then... because I think the song is fantastic, I go and research it, and I'm like, oh, shit, like, that's crazy. Yo, mate, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I think there's a lot of art that's coming out that, like, doesn't have that nuance, I guess? I don't know what I'm trying to say here, but...
No, I understand.
Yeah.
And I think the thing about it is this, like, culture of, and I guess maybe this can be like our subtopic for this episode, but this, like, music discourse becoming a, like, manufactured thing on these websites that are made specifically for people to review art, which is inherently subjective, by people who the art is not made for. But anyway, This has existed for, like, since
decades,
the inception of music, hip-hop, all of that. But more specifically, the people that were, you know, on blogs and shit talking about hip-hop and stuff like that 20, 30 years ago are some of the people who I think have made some of the biggest impact on how a lot of young people consume hip-hop, whether it's for good or bad.
Agreed. Agreed.
Because one of the most impactful things, because I think Tyler is a fantastic interview, and I think one of his best points I've ever heard him bring up in a conversation is the fact that young people, and I say young pretty loosely, 20s and younger, I'll say, have this obsession with sounding like they're extremely well studied in hip-hop and feel like they need to listen to everything and like everything before a certain time period for people to consider their opinion valid. And I think that's the obsession with, like, oh, I think Illmatic is the best hip-hop album of all time. And it's like, you can think that, and, like, that's great. And there's a lot of people who would agree with you. But what did that album do for you? Is it because you grew up listening to it? Are you from a similar situation? Are you able to relate to the subject matter? Is it your parents' favorite album?
Yes.
Or did you just see that it's rated super high on this website, or you were told to like it by somebody who's older than you and can actually relate to it, and now you feel pressured to put it in your top 5?
100%.
Like
100%. Yeah.
Like, one of my favorite hip-hop albums ever is Burning Desire by Mike.
Absolutely. Banger.
Just because of what that album has done to my taste in music,
Yeah.
the doors that it's opened to new artists that I've started listening to because of it.
Mm-hmm.
Just so many different avenues that a single album can take me through
Yeah.
that isn't critically acclaimed or anything like that. But who gives a shit? It doesn't make a difference.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
It speaks to you, and that's the important part. Yeah. Yeah. Illmatic is the perfect example. So I'm 24 years old right now. I didn't listen to Illmatic till I was like, I want to say like 21, I want to say. And yes, I can appreciate the songwriting. Yes, I can appreciate what it's done for the culture. I'm never going to rate it. Like, I'm never going to, unless obviously we're talking about like classic hip hop albums. I'm not putting that in my top tier. I'm not really going to go back to Illmatic too much because like what I don't get a lot from it. Like, yes, I can appreciate it. Yes, I can see where he's coming from, see how people resonate with it. It's not really gonna resonate with me, bro. I was like -7 when that shit came out. What the fuck? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna start preaching the gospel about it if it's a record I've listened to top to bottom maybe twice, and like, yeah, that shit fire, but like, it's not really my place to speak on it, you know?
Exactly.
Like,
it's like I'm not, and it's not even a Nas thing because Nas, it has nothing to do with the artist.
No.
Because Nas has made albums in the last 5 years that I have absolutely loved.
Yeah.
Because
yeah,
I was present for when they came out.
Yeah.
Like I was able to see in real time, like him working with Hit Boy and stuff like that, and like actually watching the album roll out and be released and see people talk about it does so much for your first experience listening to it.
Without a doubt.
That like there are some Nas albums that I would sit here and I would tell you I enjoy more from a consumer perspective more than Illmatic.
Yeah.
Because I was here to listen to it and I still listen to it more than I listen to Illmatic.
100%.
And it all comes back just to the fact that music is subjective. It always has been. It always will be. You can like whatever you want to like. You can think whatever is better than whatever else. It is all just your opinion at the end of the day. And like,
yeah. I just hope people get those opinions based on what they like and what they listen to and not the echo chamber of online discourse, you know? And I think you bring up the point of like being present for an album's rollout is so important. Like not to invoke the old magics, but my favorite Kanye album will always be Life of Pablo, right? Do I think it's his best? No. But the reason I like it the most is because that was the first Kanye album that I was like present for the rollout. And I was like tapped into it before it came out type shit. You know what I mean? Like I remember I think I was 15 when the Madison Square Garden listening party happened. And I was like, holy shit, dude. You know what I mean? And that is so special to me because I can distinctly remember parts of my life where I was at when that shit came out, you know? Like, I listened to Wolves, and I was like, holy fuck, dude. You know what I mean? But I'm not going to get that same level of resonation going back to late registration, college dropout. I was like fucking 4 years old when that shit came out, you know? What the fuck am I going to relate to dropping out of college? Sorry. I'm quoting him a lot today. But yeah, no, 100%. 100%. I think it's kind of funny because I talk with a lot of old heads about hip hop, right? Just because nature of my current employment, a lot of old folks come in. Like I work at a dispensary as of right now, right? And I'll be playing my Arm & Hammer, I'll be playing my Woods, and I think I was playing FaceTime off of Maps, right? And one of my favorite customers comes in, I'm not gonna name names. Bro is like 76 years old, right? And was like he was like 20 years old when like fucking Grandmaster Flash hit the scene. That boy has been following hip hop since the dawn of hip hop, right? And I'm listening to it, or he walks in and we're shooting the shit a bit, and he's like, yeah, like this song is really good, blah blah blah. We start talking about hip hop, and I start mentioning my favorite albums, and he's like, all of it is really new, like really recent, and I'm like, yeah, because that's the shit that like resonates the most with me. It came out, and you know, I was there for the rollout. I was there to appreciate it when it came out. A lot of the subject matter I relate to, like that kind of thing. He's like, oh, you got to go back and listen to the classics. Like, you got to understand where that came from. Nothing is ever going to compare to, like, you know, the 90s, this, that, the other. And, like, I think that is also a problematic viewpoint because you're completely discrediting like real, authentic, good art that has come out within the last 10 years just because you're stuck in nostalgia from the 90s. I love the Wu-Tang Clan. Don't get it twisted. But I'm not going to completely disregard the amazing artists that are coming out doing new, innovative shit just because they're new, you know? So it goes both ways. It goes both ways, I think. There's this one song called Voodoo by, I think, 1010 Benja is his name. Amazing song. Not really typical orthodox hip-hop that you'd listen to. And I was playing that, and someone came in and was like, what the fuck are you listening to, man? I'm like, dude, like, just because it doesn't sound like fucking hip-hop, put myself a hat, hip-hop, started out in the park. Like, you're going to completely disregard it, you know? I don't know. I think people are stuck in their own echo chambers of rap music, especially in rap music.
Yeah.
You know?
And I think that's also where like the source of a lot of the opinions that you hear are, is like people are really only concerned, and kind of understandably so, like people only like concern themselves with the things that they like, and they don't interact with things that they don't like. Like the average consumer of pretty much everything is not giving things that they don't like a chance.
Yeah.
And I think that's really it's a very close-minded like
mentality.
Thought process to have, especially in an art space.
Yes.
Where no two things, no matter how hard you try, will ever sound identical. They might sound the same, they might not sound identical, or they might sound the same, they won't sound identical. And I think chalking something up to I'm not going to like this without having a good reason other than, well, the last time I listened to this, I didn't like this, because I'm not going to sit here and tell you to listen to things you don't think you're going to like. That's unrealistic. Nobody's going to do that.
Yeah.
But more so, if you don't know how you're going to feel about it, don't default your thoughts to negative before you give it a chance.
Yes, 100%. Unrelated to hip-hop, but a very common theme for me recently has been kind of, I will never understand someone who has a closed mind in general, but especially when it comes to music. Like, if you're going into a record and you're going to think, oh, I'm not going to like this isn't my thing, it's self-fulfilling prophecy. Of course you're not going to fucking like it, you know? Like, even with a record that I tried to go into the Quadeca with an open mind. You know what I mean? I did like some of his other stuff, so, you know, let me see what he's doing on this one. And it still just didn't really hit for me. But that wasn't because of preconceived notions and expectations. That's just because the music didn't hit for me. I see people all the time, like especially the old heads, who try to listen to new shit, but they already have those negative conceptions in their mind, and they're not going to like it as a result. And it's like, no shit, you're not going to like it. You told yourself you weren't before you even before you hit play on track one, you know? And I think a lot of people, especially in the online discourses, will, like, who was I talking to about this? The concept of Anthony Fantano, right? Where people will look at a record that Fantano rated highly and then be like, okay, I can't like it. Fantano likes it. This shit is dog shit. And then vice versa. They look at a record that Fantano rated poorly and they're like, oh, this is underrated, blah, blah, blah. Like, so much of the perception of music and from a consumer mindset of someone who's just listening to an album comes from preconceived expectations and preconceived notions of people not forming their opinion until they hear other people's opinions. And I think that is like actively really harmful for music as a whole, especially hip hop, man. Like, well, I think it was Sunny Digital who was on Twitter talking about, oh yeah, fucking talking about like, who the fuck is Billy Woods? Billy Woods is trash. Billy Woods hasn't hit the mainstream. Why the fuck you listen to? First of all, who the fuck listened to a Sunny Digital record in the last 10 years?
Bro, he called Teller Banks ass or something.
Yeah,
and it was like,
Teller
what's
Banks
happening?
is fucking incredible, man. Like, what are you talking about, bro? Let me find the tweets actually, because I think they're really fucking funny. But that's the thing too. How you gonna criticize art based on how many people are listening to it? So, like, this could just be me being a pretentious asshole. Some of my favorite music has like couple thousand streams. You know what I mean? And like, I think people are so concerned with Sunny Digital. I think so many people are concerned with the numbers and the other people's perceptions on rap music, you know? Hold on. Is he still going off about it? Oh, no,
Probably.
man.
Yeah.
He is, bro.
I don't know.
Hell, Sonny, man, fix the fuck up, bro. Okay, I'm not even gonna fucking...
Yeah, no. I mean, it all goes back to, like, to a certain degree, there's, like, a healthy balance of taking people's opinions and then trying to, like, whether it's for recommendations or something like that, and then taking that as, like, not as gospel, but still being able to respect somebody else's opinion. And if it's somebody whose music taste that you think you align with or you trust, give what they tell you to listen to a shot.
Yeah.
But then I think there are a lot of people who are really, really impressionable. And maybe it's a younger thing where, you know, people are just getting into music and they feel like they have to, like, catch up, so to speak. But yeah, just the whole culture of, like, if you don't like this album, you can't say you like music and shit like that.
That's
like,
cringe.
That's
to me, man. That's cringe.
That's why I think those websites that, like, almost invite that behavior is just, like, I have some friends who use those websites, but it's hard for me to, like, really understand that you're forming your own opinions if you're on those websites. Just because I know of the perception that most of the people that use it have and how they feel like they have to interact with art.
And how they have to engage with it, man. Like, yeah. We've been talking about this since, I think, before we even started this show, where people are so quick to put, like, a numerical value or rating on an album before they're even considering what the art means and how it resonates with them, right? And that's why, like, me personally, I will never make an album of the year account. I will never make a rate your music account. I like what I like. I know what I like. I know the people whose opinions I trust. That's all I need, bro. And I think people are so quick to say, like, oh, album of the year, album of the year. Man, like, just fucking enjoy the music, bro. Like, you know? With that
and
said,
let me clarify, too. Sorry to cut you off.
You're good.
But I think we all, in our own way, shape, or form, do rate music to ourselves.
Yeah, 100%.
We say we like, I enjoy this thing more than this thing.
Yeah.
And so I'm placing it on a higher pedestal than something else. But if you're doing that for the purpose of trying to push your opinion onto other people, or you're consuming that information to try to form an opinion based off of somebody else's thoughts, I think that's where the problem is.
Yeah.
Because if somebody's going to come up to me and they're going to say, I think the Clips album was a 10 out of 10, I'll be like, that's yeah, you think that. That's awesome. I'm happy that you enjoyed it. And then I'll be like, you know, we're just, you know, simulate this conversation. It's like, yeah, I thought it was pretty good. You know, I'd probably give it, you know, 8.5, 9. I enjoyed it quite a bit. You know, I think it was really, really good. And then if that conversation can end there with two people who properly engage with art and are able to have a civilized conversation about it.
Yeah.
But so many times online, it ends up leading to this path of, like, oh, well, why didn't you like it? Like, I don't agree. Like, why you should like it more because I like it.
Yeah.
And you not liking it as much means either you don't understand it or you're not listening correctly.
Which is
and that's where the issue comes in for me.
People are going to listen to music how they want to listen to music, and there's nothing you can do to stop that or prevent that. And I think it's fucking crazy trying to stop that. You know what I don't think there's any wrong way to listen to music, but I do think there is a problem when you're going into an album exclusively to give it a rating and exclusively to talk about, oh, it's a 10 out of 10, or it's this, or it's that. Like, I was talking, I forget who. Someone asked me for my numerical value on the Clips album. I said 7.5 out of 10. And they were like, what? You're rating it that low? Blah, blah. 7.5 out of 10 is a good fucking rating, all things considered.
That's like good, almost great. Like,
yeah, 7.5 is excellent.
I really enjoyed this album.
Yeah. And he's like, what? Like, it's that low? And I'm like, I think it's phenomenal, dude. Like, what do you know what I mean? And I think people are so concerned with how other people perceive their taste before their taste actually matters, you know?
Yep.
Yeah. I will never say that there's a wrong way to listen to music, but I do have some problems with how some people engage with the art. Like, I hate to say it, there's a lot of shows that I go to in Toronto. Like, at that Mavi show that we went to, right? The people in the crowd who were screaming out mid-set to play this song, play that song because it's what they want to hear, because it's like the radio hit or whatever, I think that's a problem. Especially when you're out in the fucking wild, engaging with other people, talking about some, like, interrupting the artist's set. I think that shit's cringe as fuck. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And, like, I think a lot of that is performative to a degree, where it's like, I'm going to engage. You know what I'm trying to say?
Like, I'm going to be obnoxious because it makes me feel good and it enhances my experience. Mm-hmm. And I don't really give a shit about how everybody else feels. It's the same way I feel about the Mike Mosh Pit chess shit from earlier this year.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, this isn't hurting anybody, but it's not making anybody's experience better. Not the performer, not anybody else in the crowd.
Yeah.
Like, you are doing this at the expense of everybody else.
Yeah, it's making other people's experience worse, especially with the chessboard thing. Doing that in the middle of a song that's like a tribute to his late mother, which is something that's obviously really important to him, obviously something that a lot of people resonate with. Like, what the fuck are you doing, man? That shit's cringe to me. That shit is cringe and will always be cringe. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, like, all of that is a result of, you know, the online discourse and the Twitter and the memes and this and that and the other. And it's like, dude, like, I don't know. There's not a wrong way to listen to music, but there's a wrong way to engage with performers. There's a wrong way to engage with discourse, I think. And I think, especially to the young niggas, like, form your own opinions. It's okay to not like things that people don't like. It's okay to like things that you like, you know? It really boils down to that. Like, I will never understand the expression guilty pleasure music, because if you like it, why are you guilty about that, you know? If you like your music, own your shit, you know? Like, there's an album that I don't know if I've ever told you about. It's by this band called the Gero Gero Gegege, which was a punk rock / noise band from Japan in the 80s. They have this album called Yellow Trash Bazooka, about 10 minutes in runtime. Each song is 4 or 5 seconds long, where this dude more or less just yells a word that starts with G and then just starts fucking thrashing. Objectively, it sounds like shit. I think it's really fucking funny. I really like the album. People look at me like I'm insane if I talk to them about it. Understandably so. I'm never going to say that's a guilty pleasure album. I enjoy it because I think it's hilarious. It should just be as simple as that. It really should just be as simple as that. I don't know. Albeit that's a bit of a fringe case because that album is fucking crazy, but like I don't know, man. I love Sabrina Carpenter. She's fucking fire. She has some heat. Simple as that, bro. Simple as that. I love Carly Rae Jepsen. Emotion is one of the greatest pop albums ever. Fucking Dedicated, that shit is crazy. I'm never gonna let another person's perspective / take influence how I feel about music. That's something that's just never gonna fucking happen, bro. I don't know.
It's also, I think, another thing it comes down to is, like, the reason that people can get that way is because I think a lot of people, especially younger people, are very new and, like, fresh in their experience of figuring out what they like. And so maybe haven't found the artist or group of artists that really clicks with them yet, or maybe they think they've found it, but they don't really know where to keep looking or what to do.
Mm-hmm.
And a
that's
lot of
okay.
times
That's okay.
that's completely fine.
Mm-hmm.
And I think but you're in such a pivotal point where you need to decide, am I going to let the conventions of what other people like form my opinions?
Mm-hmm.
And if I'm going to do that, how do I make sure that I'm actually enjoying the things that I'm listening to, and I'm not only enjoying it because I feel like I'm supposed to?
Yes. That's a big thing. That's very good point, where you feel like you're supposed to like an album, so you almost convince yourself that you like it. That's why I think Twitter is such a double-edged sword, because I have found a lot of artists and friends whose art I really like and I really resonate with through that platform. But I also see so much discourse and so, like, not to be we've talked about it fucking for the last half hour of just like that discourse and how people engage with it. Like, it really is a double-edged sword, you know? Like, one of my favorite albums from this year, Wavelength by No God. Love that album. I found that shit through Twitter. You know what I mean? But I went into it with an open mind, thinking of how I engage with music, what I like about rap music, whatever. And, like, I don't know, it resonated with me. No one told me I needed to like it. I like it because I like it. And that's what I think people are missing out on. You should like music because you like it. Simple as that. I like music because it sounds good. You're a fucking poet, brother. You're a poet. Okay,
That's the play. The what's the song? It's on Flying High. The Woods and Earl R.I.P. Tracy.
Yeah. Banger.
I like music that makes me cry. Real shit.
Real shit.
So do I.
Real shit, bro. I've been really sitting with In Good Hands. So my most listened to song of all time is In Good Hands, Navy Blue featuring Ka. That song fucking destroys me emotionally almost every time, bro. Like, it's nuts, man. But I like music because it makes me cry. It makes me feel shit, you know? Yeah.
Yep.
It's simple. Okay, we have been going for about an hour and 12 minutes, which is fucking crazy. These conversations always fly by. I have the 3 images of the last shit that you sent to me vinyl-wise, if you want to get into that, because you've gotten some grails fairly recently.
What do I remember? Okay, yeah.
I have the one of the 4, the one with the cartridge, and the picture disc.
Yeah. Okay, so
which one do you want to
picture disc? Picture disc, you know, we got the Tyler in. That was a good one.
Sick too, man.
You know, I know it was probably a last minute pressing choice, Tyler, and anyone who ever is going to make physical media ever, please do not use these shitty plastic fucking polystyrene bullshit ass sleeves to hold your shit.
Yep.
I took the insert out with him, like the transparent part of him there. It was an insert, and then I took the disc out. I put it in a new sleeve. I balled up that plastic piece of shit, and I threw it in the garbage.
Yep.
Please, for the love of God, don't do that. That's the only official pressing of Big Fish Theory is also in that shit. So,
really?
Vince, get it together, Vince, please. I'll buy 3 copies if you make an actual pressing.
Fix the fuck up, Vince.
Please, I was probably Def Jam, so I don't think I can blame Vince. But
yeah, real.
Yeah. Anyway,
we were talking about Vince last night about how he was. Especially for hip hop, I need bars. Vince was right on Burgundy. I don't give a fuck if you're sad. I need that 16 now.
Vince was not right on Elimination Chamber.
I forget that reference.
That was the line that I sent you.
Oh, yeah. He was definitely not correct on that one.
Yeah. None of them were right on that song, actually. Bronson was definitely not right.
What did he say on that one?
I'll show you after. It's
it's a little crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll go with the pickups of the 4.
Yeah.
The 4 that I got yesterday.
Ooh.
Went to a record shop. Didn't know they had a hip hop section.
Right
so
on.
I found it for the first time yesterday. I grabbed
Titans.
Mos Def, Talib Kweli, Black Star,
Yep.
and then Mos Def, Black on Both Sides.
Yep.
This top 2. I'm a really, really big fan of Mos Def, Yasin Bey's stuff.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Those two
Black on
were
Both
two
Sides
albums
is
that.
formative for me. Formative album.
Oh, me too.
Yeah.
It was one of the like few introductions I had to hip hop when I was like younger.
Yeah. Same.
And then through the love of that album, I found the Black Star album as well.
Crazy.
So I had to get those two. I'm very slowly finishing my collection of Bronson records, so I grabbed Only for Dolphins.
Oh, what an album, dude!
That's got some classics on it.
A little bit of lore, actually, not to interrupt you. There was a point in my life fairly recently where I was playing on a Minecraft roleplay server. Next level shit. Listen. But
times get tough. I get it.
Yeah. I named my character Sergio because of the song Sergio. And like, dude, like, this album means something to me, man. Oh,
that song, I think that's my favorite song on the whole album. That song is so good.
So good, man. Big Body, my fucking goat. I love that guy. Halal in my hands, haram on my mind. Bars, bro. Like, come on, man.
Real shit.
Oh, yeah. And then the last album, which is one of my favorites of all time ever. Ever.
I'd been waiting to find this thing in a local shop because every record store has an Earl section.
Yeah.
But all they have is like 10 copies of Feet of Clay. And I'm like, literally. I already have this. I don't need this.
Yeah.
Funny
enough, I'm missing that one.
That's real shit. There was a Record Store Day version that came out with the deluxe tracks last year. I think you can still find it. You might be able to find it online pretty cheap, actually, because I think a lot of stores still have inventory. So,
I'll see what's up. But man, some rap.
But I picked up some rap songs. Yeah. Shout out to how I found Navy Blue. Shout out to the Mint.
Same.
Great song.
Crazy fucking song, dude. I think.
But yeah,
I go back to Azúcar at least once a month, and it will forever be one of the most like poignant, emotional songs for me ever. Cause like, oh my god, dude, that whole album, man, like, so good, so good.
That sample flip, especially on Azúcar, I think is one of my favorite points of the album.
Yeah, agreed.
Agreed.
Yeah, crazy pickup. And then, do you want to get the last image that I have pulled up?
Yeah. So this isn't not an album pickup, but I saw this in the shop and I knew I had to pick it up. So
awesome,
I found an original Super Nintendo game cartridge copy of
actually,
Tecmo Super Bowl.
That is the original Nintendo Entertainment System cartridge. Thank you sorry. My bad.
I'm not tapped in. See, I didn't know that. I'm not 50 years old, so I didn't know that.
I'm 50 years old in essence.
But so I grabbed that. I don't really know what I'm gonna do with it. Right now I have it just sitting over there. It'll probably just stay there with the album, but it looks pretty cool.
That's a vibe though. Having the vinyl and the fucking cartridge, that's sick. And
then I think we talked about it in the demo episode, but on the left right there, the top left, you can see the signed insert for the Voyeur Dyer pressing.
Yeah. Oh, you framed
I got that framed.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sick.
I grabbed a frame. It was like $5. I was like, I might as well.
Shout out to that Voyeur Dyer.
So that's over there.
OB too. That shit is sick, man.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out some shit to put up there, like for decoration.
You'll figure it out. I got faith.
Yeah,
I trust your interior design.
Some more fucking random
music,
loosely related music memorabilia.
And then the last 3 images I have pulled up are all the variations of the Late to My Own Funeral pressing, Boldy James and Craven.
Oh yeah. Hold on, let me see which of those are up still.
Oh, word, yeah. Probably a good idea.
Because there are probably some that are still available. If anybody did watch this and wants to grab it, feel free to run to wearenearmint.com.
Yeah.
Some of the best pressings in the game to me.
Dude, they're beautiful, man. And bro, the limited one, the holographic OB with the rose petals inside it. Are you shitting me? That's beautiful.
I would have bought it if it wasn't $150.
Yeah.
I didn't buy it.
Real as fuck.
I got the clear one with the red smoke.
Yeah. Oh, that's
that one
gorgeous, man.
was pretty appealing to me, but it looks like most of the pressings are still available. The only ones that aren't anymore is the test pressing sold out because there's only 25.
25?
Yeah.
I mean, that makes sense. It's test pressing.
Yeah. And then the rose-filled one that was sold out, and then the holographic OB like split half gold, half red splatter one is also sold out.
Yeah, that shit's.
But all the rest of them are available.
I might have to cop, bro. I did just my neighbor has it because I was away for this weekend, but there is something that I'll bring on next week's episode. Because I don't get nearly as much vinyl as you do. Just because, one, I'm fucking broke, and two, like, I don't have any local record stores, and, like, sometimes shipping to Canada is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But I did snag a Grail recently. So next week I'll definitely bring that bad boy out. I actually, right after this episode, I'm going to go talk to my neighbor and be like, hey, can I have that back, please? Anyways. Yeah, really good week for vinyl. Really good shit. I haven't really seen anything else that's coming out that I'm going to, like, explicitly cop. I think they're actually doing I think they're called Ghetto Records. It's a Chinese company. They're doing another pressing of the Billy Woods record from this year with an OB. That shit looks raw as fuck. I personally am going to wait, though, because I think they're doing a tour exclusive pressing, and I'm seeing Woods in Toronto November 9th. That's going to be a fucking... That's going to be a movie. That's going to be crazy. Yeah. So, a lot of cool shit going on, man. Good week. Good week for music. Good week for vinyl. I think we should start to wrap, brother. As always, I think we're going to close with an album that people should listen to. I have mine selected. Do you have yours?
You go first.
Sick. So for me, this was my album of the year last year. I know we were talking about not rating albums, but this shit just, I kept on going back to it. That is Nobody Planning to Leave by Shrapnel. With the 3 Shrapnel albums coming out this month, I went back through their discography. I love every Shrapnel album, but this one to me just really fucking hits, especially thematically. I don't know if you're too familiar with the Shrapnel lore, but one of the MCs, Curly Castro, has had a lot of health problems and a lot of, like, really scary health problems. And this album is coming off the back of a cancer diagnosis and talks about a lot of it, like, really bold in your face. Like, one of my favorite songs on the record, Live Element, he literally says, like, Central Park show while my cancer was raging, stage 4 on the stage 4 entertainment. Like, come on, man. Come on, man. And yeah, it's one of those ones that I know I can go back to at any point in time and enjoy it just as much as I did for the first time. Highlight tracks for me, Dadaism 3 with an open mic Eagle verse where he talks about fucking Dark Souls reference. I'm full of humanity like the furtive pygmy. Who's out here making Dark Souls references, bro? Like, that shit's hard, man. Bogdan Interlude, Live Element. Literally every single song off of this is fucking crazy. Uru Metal. Controller 7 is one of the craziest producers ever. He does like 3 beats built into one, and there's an Elucid verse, the Prem Rock verse, and then Castro rapping on like what sounds like a fucking alarm clock. Like, it's crazy, dude. And then like, genuinely listen to this if you haven't. This is one of my must listens of all time ever. Shrapnel's the fucking goats. Those 3 albums that are coming out, I had a privilege of listening to them early. All of them are fucking heat. We are feasting good as underground hip hop fans this year. Yeah. And what are we? Oh, also, I went back and re-listened to Freddie, your recommendation from I forgot how fucking good that album was, bro. That shit was nuts.
Now they're beefing apparently now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's a shame.
Yeah.
But that's just fine.
Whatever Yeah. It's we still got that.
Let Gibbs talk his shit on Twitter for a bit, and then he'll be fine. He'll be fine.
Same with the JPEG Mafia stuff.
Real.
That all blew over.
Real.
It was funny though.
It was funny as fuck, man. So what album are we leaving our lovely audience with today, my friend?
I think everybody should go, and whether they have before or they have not before, they should go and they should listen to Casts of a Dreamer from the front to the back, because that album,
so good.
Yeah.
So 454, my beloved. Yeah, dude. Wow. This is
454.
This is a must listen, I think. So fucking good. So good. Which is crazy. This came out last year. Oh my god, dude. We have
and Fast Tracks 3, I think, are
must listens.
Two of the most impressive albums I've heard this decade. Like,
Agreed.
To think that he did everything for all of it is like insane. Like
musical, like fucking prowess, dude, to say the least, man. It's one of those ones, bro. 454 was one of the openers for Denzel Curry in Toronto when I was at, and I was telling everybody in the crowd, "Yo, y'all are not ready. Y'all ain't ready." And I saw a lot of people weren't really vibing with it, and I was like, "You're just incorrect. You're just incorrect." Like, fuck, man, this shit is so fucking good. He did Ice Age, which is my personal favorite song by him. Bro, I was basically fucking crying in that crowd, talking about the way I rock this ice. You would have thought I was a penguin, bro. Like, come on, bro. Oh, fuck, what an album. What a fucking album. Yeah, that's a good one to leave off on. And as always, my friends, thank you guys for tapping into the Aux Podcast. Really good week of just discussion, banter, good music coming out. Sound off in the comments for anything that I should listen to, for your opinions on Quadeca that might make me change my opinion. Let me know what y'all thought about Alfredo, what y'all thought about the Tyler. I believe I'm going to launch the Discord server soon, so if you want to join a community of hip-hop fans, underground hip-hop fans, shooting the shit, we should be launching a Discord server soon, so tap in with that. I know I got a lot of fucking online degenerates who's going to shoot the shit in here. It'll be dope. We have the FM bot, so yeah. Tap in. This has been the Aux Podcast. I've been your host, Steelo, a.k.a. OG Homunculus. This has been Max. Life is good. Anything you want to leave our lovely people with, my friend? Form your own opinions.
Sure, yeah, that.
That's the message.
We said that, but some people need to hear it again.
Yeah, Hundo P. Alrighty. Let me do my little, let me do a little